a thing. Oh, y'all don't want to see me. Y'all want to see these pumps. That's what's up. Hope everybody's doing good. I didn't see anybody in line here. I make no announcements. Y'all know I just do this off the cuff. As I can. Ooh, somebody hitting the bright lights across the street. People. Okay, so before I forget the name of the town, which I was going to speak about the other day, I had to leave the parking lot because it was getting a little crazy. I was in a spot I could get hit. I'm in a spot that I could get hit right here. It's difficult. It's difficult to find parking. Is what it is, but it's okay that I'm in this spot because you get this view, okay? And this dude's about to be famous. So everybody, man, I can't not video. People always want to be in my videos. Y'all know that. So something about my energy or something, but no, he's walking to the front. Anyway, so people, before I forget the name of the town that I was going to talk about the other week when all the truckers were stuck there under a quarantine, a do not move order from the state and the city because there was a mass shooter on the loose. That was in Lewistn, Maine. The end result was they found him later in a recycling place in a pile of rubbish, I guess, or whatever, that he had shot himself. They said he was on the run and they believe he was alive for 12 hours. So he shot, I believe it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was 8 in one location and I think 10 in another, or 7 in one location and 11 in the others. That's how it was. Anyways, he shot a lot more people than that is what they said. And that a lot of them didn't even go to the hospital, which is weird. So I guess up there, they're just like going to go to the vet or going to go, I don't know what they're doing. So maybe somebody was, who knows? There's different reasons people don't go to the hospital, even if they got grazed by a bullet or hurt, right? So he shot a bunch of people in one bowling alley and went to another. He was in the Army and they said he went a little bit crazy and they put him in a hospital, a mental ward. And then after this, some of his other Army buddies were like, hey, listen, change the locks on this door here, on this little place we're at. And if you see this guy, kind of keep an eye out for him. He's about lost his mind. Don't allow him in here. And there was that. And so they investigated him and started to and whatever, but he went nuts somewhere else because he was threatening, they said, to shoot up the Army base he was at. Really weird. I'm not going to get into the depth of that. The end result of that was a bunch of truckers, about 100. Don't know how many exactly. Okay. Some reports say 75. It's probably more like 150. We're in a Walmart distribution center and other places, I'm sure, but a Walmart distribution center in one spot, though, just one alone, had that many drivers waiting to deliver for like 3 days. The total event, I think, was 4 days. So at least 2.5 days they were stuck there because the employees couldn't go to work because they were told shelter in place. So that made the drivers sit there. And they were talking about, hey, listen, we're going to need some fuel. And this kind of, yeah, I'm sure it was taken care of. And the city changed the law temporarily. It was basically, it's just a city ordinance anyhow. It's not really a law. And let them park on the street, which was nice of them. So I'm sitting here looking at a different problem we have. This Love's here, which you're fixing to see a truck go by. He wants to be famous too. This Love's in Gary, Indiana. I couldn't put it on the heading, but Gary, Indiana. They have 10 pumps out of the ground. 10 pumps dug up. This guy's gonna be famous. I can't even. I try, people. I try to make this just a video, and y'all just all want to dance in it and jump in it and walk in it. Anyway, this is a bad situation right here. This place has already been, man, this place has been through the ringer. This one Love's, just the same Love's, right? I like it. I have friends here, but I don't come here. I mean, I come here for this food. They've got this new thing. It's better than the other one. The other place caught it on fire. This place has burned down, right? Been rebuilt, okay? Been deconstructed, reconstructed. This place is, and they still didn't change the angle of the fuel aisles, which is horrible. And now they're digging up the pumps anyhow. They should have just changed the angle. It's been horrible for a long time. You come in from the light, which is straight ahead in the middle of the shot, and you can't do nothing with it. I'm just telling you. And they've left their equipment because it's a union job. They got to work and then they take a break every 30 minutes, every 30 minutes after that, and then it's time to go home. So it's going to take a while. Y'all know I'm right. Even the union workers, y'all know what I'm talking about. So, and then there's probably a holiday coming up, and then well, it's going to be like a Saturday or something, and it might be Columbus Day or Paint Your Nails Pink Day. They'll come up with something, and it'll be a holiday, and then they'll say, oh well, look, it's a holiday, and then there you go. So this is going to be a good hot minute. Well, you'll be looking at, I'm gonna show y'all this as a better view here. Let me show you this something. We are looking at 10 fuel aisles that have piles of gravel. You see, you can't even get through them. So it does create a couple parking spots in front, but I'm gonna pan as slow as I can so that you pick it up. They're all taped off. You couldn't get across them if you wanted to. They don't want you walking in there for your own safety, whatever. So, man, y'all ain't gonna believe this. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. I ain't saying nothing, okay? But like, seriously, this hoe right here just parks right in the y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay, anyway. So look though, look, seriously, they're all, that's 10 of them. That's 10. Okay, 10 pumps down. You know what I'm saying? So you can't get through them. There's rubble, big piles of rubble. Where there ain't that big pile of rubble, there's a hole. So you just can't. It's not happening. It's all roped off on both sides, and then there's equipment and all. So that's the issue here. You cannot even get into this place easy in the daytime. It's a nightmare, and the parking's kind of screwed up. But we've created a whole nother row that I'm in that I need to get out of because I ain't even supposed to be here and nobody is. And they're gonna spend the night here. When I leave here, when I move out, it'll make a parking spot for about 8 bobtails. Whatever. So this guy's gonna be famous. I'm telling y'all, people, I can't. There's nowhere I can go that people don't walk in my video. But anyway, so yes, you can get into the other 5, okay, but we all know 1 truck stop, 5 pumps, probably the card reader's going to go out in one of them. Definitely somebody's going to be there taking a 30-minute break or something, right, or even longer. And then well, the dually on the end, he's got to get permission. You can't really see him that way. You know, y'all know his card ain't gonna be like that. So we can swipe and go, they do what they do, and it's, you know, anyway. So and a couple of them pumps is out, or the pumps are out of the ground. I put it pumps out of the ground. The pumps are out. There's poles there, people, but the pumps, they're changing the whole pumps. Look, we got brand new pumps coming in. It's just, like I said, see right there, them 2 boxes that have pumps in them. So that's what we're dealing with. So anyway, I'm gonna leave it like that. All right, now, well, let me zoom out though, because otherwise you'd just be blinded by the truck going by like that. This energy that we're in right now, because of the moon and everything else, I could tell you this much that I know. It's making me feel, even though I'm doing well, it makes me feel kind of like stuck, like you're on a treadmill and you know you're doing good, because if the treadmill is powering a light, you see that light is so bright it's about to blow up, and you're like, yeah, but I don't even feel like I'm moving. I don't feel like I'm getting anywhere. And I'm just like, yeah, I can keep doing this, but I'm just not feeling it, right? Go fishing, people. Take a break. Take care of yourself. I'm not sure if I'll be able to go on here live for a while. I need to work on me a little bit, like in a way that is like, in a way that's like, either get to the desert and get some energy, or go to a tanning bed, or be in the sun, take like a 44, not a 34 or a 64, how many hours you need, take all the time you need. And like I've been told, you can heal all day long. This was from another healer. You can heal all day long, but when you need time for you, you need time for you. So I will update some stuff. I'll try to do a little quick live. This is just going to be a quick live. I'm gonna get off here, but somebody needed my energy. And then there's also, I wanted to say this. It's not that you choose to be a healer. God chooses you to be a healer. It's not that you choose to be a light worker, but just understand this. The way it works is, you're not the light in the first place. You stand in the light of God and it radiates off of you. It's just his light and you're charged in it, and people see his light on you, and you do things that is what he wants done. You just agree to be the second. You just have to be willing to be the second, that when two or more come together in his name, here's are also you and another person, and he shows up. So it's like working in a lighthouse. Okay? You're not going to mess it up. The light from a lighthouse cannot be messed up. Now, you might clean the Fresnel lens or Fresnel lens, whatever kind of lens that was that they called, that reflected more light. You might understand too that it's a lonely presence, because usually a light worker is like a lighthouse keeper. They might have a house there. Sometimes they would have a family. Sometimes they're just by themselves. And if they're by themselves, they're not likely to find another person when they're shining the light for everybody else, because they're standing in the light. They can't even see past it. Everything around them is darkness. They are a light in the darkness. So it's not like they're going to town dances and this and that, or partying it up and meeting people. They make a lot of friends, but it's not likely for them to meet their soulmate for a good hot minute. And what they need is another healer. What they need is another light worker, so they can team up and be and understand each other, and so that there's no friction. Equally yoked. You have to be equally yoked. So for my people out there that's prayer warriors, that's a different type of healing. But for the ones that understand that they're a healer, that they pray, and just like the Bible says, we're supposed to spread the word of God, heal the sick with prayer, and cast out demons. Now, I'm not trying to cast out demons, but I do command them to leave me alone if they're bothering me. So for anybody trying to send bad energy my way, that's why you're getting it back, because it's just not going to happen. But you don't mess with chosen people. You don't mess with God's elect. It's not that you selected yourself. It's a difficult way to be. It's not like you asked for it. It's not like you even want from the start. You're not voted in school. Nobody has a vote and says, well, this one's most likely to be the prom queen. This one's most likely to be, this one's most likely to be a healer. It just doesn't come up in conversation. But God puts you in a certain place at a certain time. And if you're willing, it's still free will, but God has his healers. And there's a lot more of them today being made than ever before, for a good reason, because there's doctors are quitting left and right. They're seeing the big pharma is just giving them bad things, is doing bad things to people. They're seeing the end result of it is they're a hand in this, and they don't want to be a part of it, and they're retiring. People that are getting out of medical school, yeah, there are more doctors that have come out of medical school. However, they're seeing it and they're like, I don't know if I want to be a part of this. Or the ones that are sellouts is just writing scripts, and then they make so much, and they've got a clock on the wall with that name of that company on it. Their notepad has the name of that company on it. Their everything except for their shirt on their back has got that company's name on it. What do you think you're going to get a prescription for? Even if you bump your foot and you walk into that doctor's office, it's going to be the clock on the wall. It's going to be the calendar on the wall. It's not just a clock and a calendar. It's to remind them that's what they're supposed to be writing you a script for, and they're going to. And you go to get the jab, and what's in it? I'm just going to say this. It's no longer no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Now it's no biological warfare weapon formed against me shall prosper, right? So, being a lighthouse keeper, okay, shining a light to the people for God, it's a lonely existence. It's an existence that can make you need your own rejuvenation, and when you need time, just take time, man. I'm fixing to, like I said, I'm going to a lamb restaurant. Oh, you need a load hauled? Okay, I can do that on the way. It's not even about the main purpose of the next however many days it takes to make me feel like I'm rejuvenated. It's going to be about me. So may or may not go live, but I figured I'd tell y'all this about this Loves, tell y'all what was going on with that shooting, held the drivers up, and then let y'all know, yes, there's bad people doing bad things, and a lot of them are coming in this country. They've already got these cities that let them in. They already knew where they were going. Somehow magical, city councils can say, oh, we need to hurry up and build a shelter out of this building and buy it for them and provide them 200 beds, or you know what I'm saying, for 200 people in one little spot. But they couldn't do that for the homeless veterans. They couldn't make that happen. But until now, oh, we can't have people sleeping on the streets. That's what they say. And there's people complaining about them being in the neighborhood until they said, oh, it's not just going to be men. Now we're going to change it. We'll make it also for men and women and families. Right? Yeah. It's a reverse discrimination. It is a setup, and they're selling drugs on the streets. They're stealing motorcycles. There's a whole bunch of them that are in New York that this guy did a video of and walked by them, because the police basically, they'll only come in there once a week or something, and they steal the bikes and take the plates off of them. So the police will come in there once a week, they'll tow all the bikes away, and then those guys will steal more motorcycles and be right back in there with more bikes parked on the street. The people around the businesses around there know that they're gangs, and they're scared to do anything about it because they're scared of any kind of rhetorical issues, ramifications. They're looking at reprisals that could come against their business, and so they don't want to do anything. They don't even want to call the police on them. They're out there actively selling drugs and everything else, and it's sponsored. I seriously think that someone in certain services that are only this will tell it, they're only allowed to work outside of our country, and they want to work local, just like how a truck driver wants to have a local job, right? But there's not many of them. There are certain agencies, alphabet soup type, that work outside of our country. I think they want to work local. I think part of their plan is, well, let's bring all of the garbage that happens over there over here, and they'll need us to work local. Maybe they're not even able to work in some of the other countries anymore because... So, I'm just saying, there's no other end game to this except to end the game to this. Okay? So, there's that. Just had a dude park next to me and give me the nod. I'm good. Yeah, I'll be leaving, bro. Anyhow, these bad people that they're allowing in, like the only other end game to that is they know that we're going to have a issue if they start to come after us, and then at that point, and a lot of them that are coming in that are the ones at the rallies, none of them are citizens, but they need them there. So hey, go here and we'll tell you what to do, and they get a check and they get a card that's got all kinds of stuff on a chip for it, for their information. It's all a big scheme that somebody has already looked at in some type of a think tank, and they've been told to go over the intel, and what do you think would happen, and what's the easiest way to get people in. Plus, we have a shortage now of people signing up for our military. It's so short that people in the military are complaining. They're getting these notices saying, nope, you're now a recruiter, you must report here, with no notice. And they're supposed to get notice, but they don't have no notice and it ain't wartime, so they're complaining about that. And then so there's a general up there saying, I'm sorry that you didn't get notices, and we need y'all here anyway. And there was that. So those people are now recruiters because they need more people in the army, because what's fixing to pop off with Iran and Iraq and every other Afghanistan, Pakistan, Crapistan, every stand there is, So, and the whole idea, I think, behind the people that were released from the Venezuela jail is, since Russia basically agreed with Venezuela to protect them, to protect the government, and they have a deal, and so Russia's running security. They're also giving them intel, and I think that it has to do with all the gold that was given to Russia, that they're like, okay, I'll tell you what else let's do. Let's open up our jails, let everybody out, but send them to America and tell them what to do when they get there. And they're all telling the police when they get arrested for this and that and the other. Every one of them's got the same story. Russia is coming. Russia is coming. I saw a video on that the other day too, and I'm like, oh, y'all finally caught up on that. So I believe that the think tank is like, hey, let's let them in. What's the worst that can happen? And some of them will recruit into the army and give them a rifle and say, okay, you know what, you do this and this and this, work for us, in the army for so many years, and we'll make you a citizen. So, and they will probably be sent to the front lines. They might even switch sides when they get back over there. Green on green, look up green on green, right? I'm being honest. I'm just telling it like it is. If they let them people in our freaking army, they're going to go over there, and it's going to be Red Rover, then go send them over. and they're going to switch sides to the other side, tell where our people are at and everything else, and bring their religion into it, and then that's going to be that. And we're not talking about the Gaza Strip because Israel won't want us in there. They probably wouldn't let us in there, but we're around there because we know it's fixing to pop off with the other ones that are going to retaliate, that have been backing Hamas the whole time. And meanwhile, the leaders of Hamas are in a completely different country, living up in grand hotels. Okay, so I think you're up to speed. If you're not, I don't know, watch some, go to Reddit. Go somewhere on the internet like Twitter. Go where the intelligent people are actually talking about what's going on. You know what I mean? And I try to bring it to you, what I pick up on little by little, put it up here. I gotta get rolling, people. God bless you. I'm going to be standing in the light of God, praying and renewing my own self. It says you're supposed to go to Him when you're weary. And I've been weary. So I'm doing well. I'm not hurting. Okay. I've got lots of work ahead of me. But if I don't take time for me, I won't have the energy to do it. See, he's famous too. And then that's no good for me. So may or may not see me on here for a bit. I'll be taking care of some stuff. I'll be taking care of some stuff. And then things will be better. God bless you, people. I'm going to get off this thing. Not trying to ramble. Just thought I would let y'all know what I know. Teach what you know before you go, And I still got to do the alternator video. It's been really irking me that I ain't had my stuff together yet. Teach y'all how to rebuild one, because everybody should know how. For $8 versus $100. Just look up your brushes and see if you can get them. And auto parts store might have some dude in the back that might could show you, or just take it apart, put a paper clip in the back and hold the brushes back and put it back together, and then pull the pin out. It's kind of like a grenade that don't go off. It's just a big fan. Okay. Anybody got any questions or anything you want to say? Anybody want to say anything? If not, I'm going to get out of here. I already know what's going on. I already sense your energy. I know who's here. You know what? You're just a big fan. It's all good. But do your own thing. You know what I mean? I'm going to be doing my own thing. And so I have a plan for the rest of my life that's going to be great. I have no more speed bumps in the way. The road is paved smooth for me because of all the work that I did, because instead of playing, I worked. And my energy is now mine. I don't give anybody else my energy. So I call back all energy to me by shutting it down. That's all. You know what I mean? That's what you got to do. But to be that lighthouse, sometimes the lighthouse keeper has to take a break, especially on the sunny days when it's not so necessary to be shining your light so bright. People can see, they know not to hit the rocks, they see the lighthouse. There's no fog, except early in the morning. So I'm going to get going. I hope everybody's good. God bless you, people. I mean it. For the healers out there, y'all keep going. We're doing good work. It's just your place to be in the lighthouse. You can choose to get out of it for a little bit, take a break, renew yourself, stand in its light. Like there's a time and place for everything. Like at the end of a race, the guy that waves the checkered flag, he's been waving those flags all day long. After the race is over, he needs a break. So you've been lifting up the light. Renew yourself by it. I'm going to get off this thing. I'm out. Peace.